Each day, that's what life is about, to experience more pleasure than you experienced the day before. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's what it is. And whatever choices you make is going to affect how much pleasure you receive. So, like, say for instance, there's somebody who has the need to harm other people, and that's their pleasure. That's what pleases them. It does bring, harm and, sorrow to others, but that was that person's free will to do that. And I know that sounds crazy to, it's not a justification. It's just that's the fact that everybody has a free will to do whatever they want to do. And me personally, I live off of principles, because to me, laws is control. Law is control, and principles is love. Law is control, principles I love. I like that. But anyway, we need to live off of what it is that makes us feel good. And you know that if somebody gets pleasure off of harming someone else, then they're not living by the light. So there's always going to be dark entities and dark, people with dark intentions. And there's just a choice you have to make, so that you can live as much on the light side as you can possibly in this lifetime that you have. You have that choice to try to arrange your life to be that way. A lot of times we be so focused on a lot of things that don't mean anything, that it's not going to change our lives. And it's sad because, like, once you recognize the cycle that you've been in, and you recognize, like, wow, like, I wasted so much time, you always be like, dang, you wasted so much time. It's always a thought. But at the same time, I wouldn't know what I know. And I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I wouldn't know this much if I didn't go through what I went through. If I didn't experience everything that I experienced. We live the way that we want to live, and get as much pleasure as we want in the day, And like I said, some people, they want, dark pleasure, and that's their pleasure.